Hello. The ancient mage Horizon. He believed that he could bend evil forces to his will. What he didn't know was that evil uses man, not the reverse. The Vigerai still revere him as a symbol of man's ability to triumph over otherworldly forces. The Church of Light, however, cites him as an example of man's folly. When the three evils were bound ages ago, Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred, was moved to Kurast and bound by the holiest of magics.
Hello. I very much doubt that Horizon still lives in his sanctuary. He possessed great power and influence over demons, but even that may not have been enough in the end. One of his notoriety cannot easily remove himself from the vengeful reach of hell. Ilsix is quite a scoundrel, but I like him all the same.
Welcome to my shop. Horizon found it necessary to lock himself up for all time, just to protect himself from those angry demons. Such is the fate of one who practices the summoning art, and that for eternal damnation. There's old summoners and bold summoners, but no old, bold summoners. There are some ancient enchanted fountains in the desert that can heal you wounds, if you drink enough from them.
Ask and learn. Nearly 1,000 years ago, Horizon rose to the fore of the Vigerai mage clan. Horizon used the knowledge of the Vigerai to summon and control demons from hell. Though a powerful summoner, Horizon feared that the lords of hell would punish him for enslaving their brethren. Thus, the summoner created for himself an arcane sanctuary. He believed that his sanctuary would not only protect him from hell's vengeance, but also allow him to continue his studies free from the ravages of time and disease. Horizon had crafted many wondrous scrying devices through which he observed the events of the world outside. It is certain that he took careful study of Tal Rasha's imprisonment and recorded the location of his forgotten tomb. The arcane sanctuary was believed to have been constructed here in Lut-Gholein. An entrance may be hidden somewhere in the palace, as that building is very old and was once a Vigerai fortress. The Horadrim were a powerful order, although maybe too prideful. Tal Rasha was one of their order, and that should tell you something. Any man who believes himself strong enough to contain one of the prime evils is in for a rude awakening, I should think.
Good day. The only thing in Jared's cellar are the harem girls that have been hiding there since the troubles began. Drognan's a mystery to me. Then again, I never did trust mages much.
Greetings. Arcane Sanctuary. That place sounds awful. Even if you find a way into it, what makes you think you'll be able to leave again? Mashif seldom patronizes my establishment. I think he prefers to stay out there on his leaky ship.
Hey! Look, I'm just about as tough and arrogant as they come. But you never catch me trying to tame a demon for a bit. That's just asking for a lot of trouble. I've seen Farah defend herself against a few drunken ruffians. She's got moves I've never even seen before. Wherever she's from, she sure learned how to fight there.
My ship is your ship. The legend of Horizon is an old one, especially around these parts. You wouldn't believe the feats and strange events that are attributed to him. Oh, I've known Elzix for years. He always offers me a free room at his inn when I dock here, but I prefer the comforts of my own cabin.
Good evening. A careful caravan gives wide berth to sleeping bandits. If Horizon is gone, let him remain so. That old desert fox Elzix is as crafty as they come. Years back, he made off with a small fortune of my caravan's wares. I certainly never expected to see him so domesticated.
Good evening. When the troubles began here, I allowed the terrified harem guilds to join me within the safety of the palace. All was fine until one night. Screams echoed up the stairwells from the harem. My guards arrived to find the poor girls being slaughtered by a merciless band of hell-spawned demons. My brave guardsmen tried to push the demons back into the mysterious rift from which they came. Ever since, my men have fought a losing battle. Demons have continued to pour through the rift into the palace. Ultimately, I hired Grays and his mercenaries to help protect the rest of my fair city. Drognan believes that the arcane sanctuary lies buried underneath this palace, since Lut-Gholein occupies the site of an ancient Vigerai fortress. My palace is open to you now. Take care. To any who aid me in the defense of Lut-Gholein, I pledge my support. Passage east, wealth, honor, all are due to those who help my city.
Hello. An arcane sanctuary under the palace? I'd heard that there were some underground cellar levels that Jaren used as chambers for his treasure and such, but no arcane sanctuary.
not enough mana.
Blessings to you.
Good evening.
This was not designed by nature's architect. I
Good day.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened. I am overburdened. Yes?
Greetings.
Good day.
Seekers of the tomb of Rasha will find it through the portal, but know that the glowing glyphs recorded here in my arcane sanctuary are the signs of the 6 false tombs. The missing 7th sign marks the tomb of Rasha. Of the Herodrum, he might be called the foremost. It was a shining but brief moment for the mage clans when they set aside their differences and worked together against the common enemy. The Herodrum relentlessly pursued the 3 across the desolate empires of the east and even into the uncharted lands of the west, leaving the Archangel Tyrael's hands unblemished. Presuming the 3 to be vanquished, the Herodrum's unstable fellowship began to dissipate.
abandoning their sacred charge to safeguard the three soul stones, the disparate mage clans began to squabble amongst each other over petty differences. Their conflicts not only dissolved their brotherhood, but strengthened the evils which they had buried beneath the cold earth.
Hello. Faith is stronger than any armor. The shield will protect the body, but faith will strengthen the courageous heart. I feel no pity for that would-be summoner. His terrible ambition for demonic power was his undoing. You merely hastened the inevitable.
Good day. I hope that this false summoner found peace in death. Unfortunately, it is more likely that he will be dragged down into hell by the demons he was bound to. Let this be a lesson to you. Demonic magic is a quick path, but its powers are seductive and deadly.
How may I help you? I feel no pity for that would-be summoner. His terrible ambition for demonic power was his undoing. You merely hastened the inevitable. Faith is stronger than any armor.
Greetings. Such is always the fate of those who meddle with evil. Horizon's urinal? Oh, journal. Yes, well, glad you found it. Such a shame about those poor harem girls, huh? I shall miss them deeply. I mean, their conversations, of course.
Hello. You're more the hero than I could have dreamed. Perhaps there is hope for us after all.
Good evening. The way I see it, well, it's all pretty blurry. I wish Jaren would have let me in the palace. I would have saved those girls and kicked demon ass back to the fire pits of hell.
Good evening. Well, you've got what you're after. Now get a move on before it's too late. So, now we know Jaren's little secret. Well, I guess I can see why he wanted me to stay, though. I'm just glad it didn't come to that. Now he tells me to wait some more, in case you need to get out of here. Well, for you, I'll do it. Maybe they'll mention me in the epic ballads, eh?
Approach and let's trade. Larger forces are moving inexorably towards us. You must now make haste to the tombs. You have found Horizon's journal. Excellent. But I must caution you. The mark of the true tomb of Rasha is sought, if not already known, by Diablo. I needn't elaborate on the implications of that.
Good evening. So, Horizon's been dead for some time. I take it you at least found what you were looking for. Unbelievable. The harem girls are dead? The palace guard's been fighting off demons from the cellar? How could that happen without my knowledge?
Greetings. You make me long for the days of glory, when I had both hands, both eyes, and more of a foot. News of the tragedy in the palace is spreading fast. How awful. And to think this whole time I thought Jaren and his guards were in there playing with the harem girls.
Please state your business. The demonic force that was emanating from the corrupted sanctuary has dissipated. I thank you greatly for your help. Now we can look to rebuilding our lives. All will be for nothing, though, if you do not stop the greater evil which is rapidly gaining ground. I thank you for your heroic aid. I'm also glad that you found something you were looking for. The journal should help you find the true tomb of Rasha. Hopefully there is still time to get there before Diablo. Go now, and good luck.
Where can I take you? I guess you'll be heading to the tombs now. I hear that they're in the deepest desert regions. Well, the news going around town is very unsettling. Apparently, we were in more danger than anyone thought. Good work, friend. You may have saved all our skins. I guess you'll be heading...
Good to see you.
Good day.
Welcome to my shop.
Greetings.
Excellent. You have a Herodric staff. Carry it with you into Tal Rasha's tomb. Find within the tomb the chamber whose floor is inset with the circle of 7 symbols. Place the staff into the receptacle you find there. That will open the secret passage into Tal Rasha's burial chamber. But be prepared for a fight. You'll likely have to kill Tal Rasha to destroy Baal. Not enough mana.
Good day.
I need mana. I am overburdened.
Greetings. I thank you for my freedom. But I did expect you earlier. I am the Archangel Tyrion. I came here to prevent Diablo from freeing his brother Baal. But I have failed. Now terror and destruction roam free throughout your world. Even now, they head towards the eastern capital of Kurast, to the very heart of the Zaporun Temple. There they hope to find their eldest brother, Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred, who was imprisoned there ages ago. If the three prime evils unite, they will be invincible. Though it is unclear as to what their aims are, it is certain that they must be stopped at all costs. I am broken, and the energies that tie me to this world are diminishing rapidly. You must take up this quest and prevent the three brothers from reuniting. You must cross the sea and search for Diablo and Baal in Kurast. Now, hurry, mortal. Time is running out for all of us.
Diablo, I will find you yet. The Archangel Tyrael was the one who gave the Soul Stones to the Horodrum 260 years ago. It is highly unusual for the forces of heaven to so directly interfere with man's destiny, but Tyrael was said to act of his own volition. We have never been able to discern why. Perhaps he goes against the consensus of heaven because he doubts our ability to defend ourselves. Or perhaps he sees more threat than his peers. Where the actions of hell often seem straightforwardly bent on destruction, the motives of heaven are unfathomable. Now make haste. Both Diablo and Baal must be stopped before they join with their brother Mephisto. If the three prime evils unite once again, the world as we know it will be no more.
This is terrible news. Baal is in possession of one of mankind's most powerful mages, and the Lord of Terror guides his path. They must be stopped, for I am sure they mean to free their elder brother Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred, who lies imprisoned under the corrupted city of Kurast. I fear you are walking into a great evil, but your faith can save you. May you walk in the light always.
I'm sorry things didn't turn out as you had hoped. Go and remember us fondly. You know, you bothered me far less than most.
You have proven to be the greatest of heroes, and I am honored to call you friend. Thank you for bringing peace to our lives again.
Hey there!
This is a serious setback. It is most unfortunate that Rasha has been consumed by Baal's destructive influence. There are many secrets known to the Haradrim which could be used by Baal against us. You must travel east by sea to Kurast and stop Diablo and Baal before they free their eldest brother Mephisto. The lands of the Eastern Empire are not the same as they used to be. There's been little word for some time. Speed is of the essence. Go quickly, my friend. May the fates smile on you.
Who goes there?
Welcome to the Desert Rain.
Hello. You have done very well. Few could have come this far, let alone discover the true tomb of Rasha. Unfortunately, I hear that Diablo and Baal have eluded your grasp. This is most unfortunate. If you wish to travel east, I have authorized Mashif to give you passage by sea. I imagine he should be very anxious to leave by now. Good luck on your quest, and thank you again for saving my beloved city. You will always be welcome in Lut Gholein, my friend.
Good evening. Never fear, my friend. You did the best you could. I suspect that Diablo and Baal are now heading east towards Kurast. You will find them. I know you will.
Jaren tells me I should take you east to Kurast. I haven't been there for several years, but rumor has it things are pretty grim. My ship is your ship. My companion drew in the dank, cold air of the tomb. It seemed to strengthen him. I stood in the doorway between light and dark. What was left of my sanity implored me not to enter. But that voice was just a whisper now. As we worked our way down, deeper and deeper into the crypt, I began to see a change in my companion. He seemed to be gaining strength. I could hardly see in the gloom, but my companion seemed to know the way. We came at last to a great hall. It was then I realized my companion hadn't been gaining strength. He had been losing what was left of his humanity. He moved with demonic speed, and then you appeared.
Stop! The beast contained herein shall not be set free, not even by you. Just ensured the doom of this world. You cannot even begin to imagine what you've set in motion this day. Go to the Temple of Light in the eastern city of Karast. There you will find the gate to hell opened before you. You must find the courage to step through that gate, Maris. Take the stone you hold to the Hellforge, where it will be destroyed. Now run. Take the stone and run!
Did I have? I ran.
Good day. Welcome to Karast, traveler. Few come willingly to this ancient city anymore. I hope you brought your wits with you, for sanity is in short supply here. My name is Ratley. I am a sorcerer skilled in metalwork. It'd be a pleasure to help you. I don't have many customers these days. As you can see, the populace has been brutally decimated by the forces of Mephisto. The canals run red with blood, and demons roam the land. The wretched jungle hell has already reclaimed much of Karast. The only safety you'll find is here at the dark side, where a magical warden holds the jungle evils at bay. But I don't know how long it will last. To make matters worse, the children of Zakharum are in league with the forces of Mephisto. The Zakharum have concentrated their power in the temple city of Travancore, located within Karast deep in the jungle wilderness. It's true, their zeal is unmatched, but I say the so-called warriors of light are nothing more than the twisted puppets of a hidden hand.